lot of work getting it to there, and that's what I'm going to talk about in this video. And actually, I'm going to springboard off some criticisms that I read about me in some of my videos, and I'm just going to drag them out to the open, beat on them for a while, answer them, and perhaps give some perspective to guys that maybe don't understand these things. And not that I'm perfect, I make mistakes all the time in TMP, but there is a philosophy behind there. I'm going to do my best to explain it. I don't know how long this video will go, but I know it's going to be very interesting for guys who are into TMP, because I'm going to really set out my ground rules for some of my interactions with manufacturers. I may speak more on this in future videos, but this is going to be interesting, I think. And let me throw out I'm just going to summarize the criticisms. I'm kind of laughing, but I got to tell you, it's also this morning I was kind of pissed because some of the stuff I'm seeing, I was like, how does this guy not get it? Okay, and some of the criticisms went like this, like, hey, Nothing Fancy, you ass. Why do you keep out-talking this guy? Let this guy just go on and don't interrupt him. Some were even more disrespectful than that, and those are the ones that really pissed me off. I don't really mind being called an ass once in a while. That's fine. We all need that, don't we? Of course we do. But what really irritated me is that those individuals, some of which I think have been following TMP, they're really not getting what's going on here. And so that's the topic of this video. A lot of them, maybe not a lot in SHOT Show at this point, 2012, but some don't know about the Nothing Fancy project. They don't know me. Even though I may have reviewed some of their projects and sold, I don't know, tens of thousands of dollars worth of merchandise for them in the Nothing Fancy project. And you saw some in my SHOT Show videos, and some of them I asked, have you seen that video? And they're like, no. Like, what? How do you not pay attention to new media? What's going on? It's cutting edge. I mean, 1989 is come and gone. This is 2012. New media is huge. As a corporation, as a manufacturer, you need to be aware of what's going on in new media. Who's talking, well about your product. And, so it surprises me when I roll into a booth and I'll ask them, some don't even know. And that's okay, except for this point. Again, we get back to pressure of time. Now I've got to tell them, okay, this is Nothing Fancy project, this is what I do, this is an audience, about 300,000 people a day tuning in. Most of them don't subscribe, by the way, don't know if you knew that. Watching the videos, it's a big audience, it's a huge opportunity for you. This is really a chance for you to prove your credibility on camera, answer questions, do all this stuff. So now we get to the person who was chosen for the booth. Humor, knowledgeable. They got to be knowledgeable, because I'm going to spring some questions on them. I don't want to make them look dumb in front of the camera, but as I want to mention, that is very, very important in the Nothing Fancy project. It's what differentiates my product probably from a lot of other media, is that body of knowledge. I'll talk about that. It really helps if you're aware of the Nothing Fancy project, the body of philosophy that is incorporated into TMP. When I roll into the booth, I'm not talking about other media. I don't know about them. I know about my product. The reason that's helpful is because if you don't, I can pretty much guarantee you're going to step in it. You're going to say something that my viewers, you guys, already know is nonsense because of the stuff we talked about on tabletop, because of the years of doing the run and guns, the philosophy discussions, firepower versus mobility, size and weight constraints, the importance of value. You can't BS the TMP audience. And again, I'm gatekeeping behind that camera. So if I feel it going down that path, boom, I'll interject. Okay? And also, actually, they should know when I knock at their door, it's opportunity again. There is such a thing. It's not made up. It's true. The Nothing Fancy effect. If I give something a positive review that I'm very excited about, I give it a very high likability rating, it sells, and it sells a lot. Now critics and haters and whoever may come and go, oh, it doesn't happen. It does happen. I have lots of industry contacts, insider stuff from the industry. They'll call me up and say, hey, we sold so many units off your review. Thousands. It's just insane. That doesn't affect what I do, and it doesn't like, oh, look at me, I'm selling all this stuff. It's just a gee whiz data point. But what I'm saying is when I say we, that means you and we roll into their booth, it behooves them to know that this is a huge opportunity. It's free. I'm not charging them. I'm not asking for any special favors. I'm like, hey, this is a gift from me to you. Usually it's to manufacturers getting something right. I'll do what I can to compensate for the host. But if you give me a drab host, if they're down at this level, they're nervous, I'll kid around with them, I'll tell them this. I was like, there's only going to be 60 people watching this video anyhow. Bring them up here. to this performance level, and then maybe we can get going. And there's reviews that happen that way. Pressure of time, though. I don't have a good example. Ronnie, when I said, hey, Net Fancy Project, he didn't know TMP. Didn't know who we were. I'm not surprised by that at all. I mean, he's a busy man, and I don't care. But then I'm at that quandary. I have to prove to him that this is worth his time. That this might be the biggest media he's ever done to date. And I'm talking about television, I'm talking about radio, I'm talking about print media, because this is internet searchable. And I know my audience. I know you guys very well. We're friends. I know how we think. I know what he's going to say could be of interest, because we're interested in what I've done. If it's not interesting, to me personally, I'm not going to post it. I'm not going to allow them to do advertising. Hey, Nothing Fancy, why don't you just let that guy talk and quit interrupting him? Why don't you go to their websites and watch their advertising? Why don't you go to their YouTube page and watch their advertising? Because I promise you I won't interrupt them there. You know, why don't you go watch any number of other media sources that will put a camera in that guy's face and let him ramble and say whatever he wants? Go to those. Watch those videos. So it's not interesting to me. That's not a video product that I personally would watch. It's canned. It's artificial. There's no skill involved. There's no philosophy back and forth. There's no increasing of knowledge. You know, and there's no answering of questions that I know you guys want asked. Did you hear that? I know there's questions you guys want asked. My job is to ask them. It's a kiss of death because it'll never make it out of my editing booth. And I'll tell you what, if Arilinus always tells me this, she's like, man, if guys could just see the footage you leave on the cutting room floor. Maybe someday when I really, really retire, I'll show you that. You guys will be laughing. You'll be pissed too, because I show some things. If you saw what I put up with to do these SHOT Show videos, oh my gosh. Amazing. I'm not a patsy for the manufacturer. If you want that, go somewhere else. I'm not a patsy. I'm on really good terms with a lot of the manufacturers. A lot of them are personal friends, but I'm not their patsy. The best ones know this. Product loyalty. Enthusiasm for your brand. You don't have to be perfect. You can make mistakes. You can get details wrong. You guys don't care. But you can be competitive and you can brag all you want about your brand. I do want to hear that. And I want you to hear, I want to hear logical reasons as to why. You guys want to hear that. JP Rifles on. And I expect the TMPers in the project to get it and support me. Support the process, man. You know, if I see a comment goes, oh, you jackass, you doing this? I'm like, and seriously? I come out of editing for six hours. I go down to shop for you guys or burn a whole week of work, lose money in the process? Yeah. For my real job, lots of money I lost to go down to shot, and then I go and see the comment like that. What? Go to his channel page and he's a TMPer? What? You can disagree. I ain't saying that. And you can say, hey, dude, you know, that's good. Maybe do this, do that. I'm always welcome to that. Just make it respectful, man. Be respectful of the work. And over talking, honestly, who cares? Unless it's just completely outlandish, and, you know, I'll work on it. But you remember everything I've talked about up to this point. It's kind of makes the videos the way they are.